everyone, welcome back to Sure Is Good. Today I am going to make home fries. Simple, delicious home fries. Very quick and easy to make. So first you're going to start off with your potatoes. Before we do the potatoes, the first thing we want to do is put our oil in a pan and put that on low and get that to start heating up. Okay, so you're going to start with your potatoes, and what you're going to do, you can just rinse them off, make sure you wash them off really good, and then with just water. Then you're going to cut them up into little cubes. So I'll start with my big potato. I'm going to cut off any part that is not so good. Cut off the ends. I'm not going to use the ends. So I'm going to cut them into bite-sized cubes. Usually into fours, and then each 4 in half is good enough. Start with a section about this thick. It's about 1 inch thick, 1.5 inches. Okay, and I'm going to put them in a bowl. Put them in a bowl once they're cut. And I'm using a bowl that has a lid. So I'm using 6 potatoes because the potatoes are small. I only had 1 big potato. If you don't want to cut off the ends, you don't have to. It's fine. Most important thing is that it's bite-sized pieces. And they're pretty much the same size because you want them to be able to cook evenly. So I have 1 more potato to cut up. So at this point, I'm going to turn on my oil. I poured about 2 cups of oil in a pot. I'm going to turn that on to a medium-low fire. And let that oil heat up. Now that I have all the potatoes cut up, I'm going to start pouring in my dry ingredients, which is black pepper. I'm going to pour enough to cover the top. Ginger. I'm going to go a little lighter with the ginger. Coriander. Not too heavy on the coriander. Paprika. Make sure you can cover the top. Paprika. I'm gonna throw in some oregano. What's a dish without oregano, right? What's a potato without oregano? You have some seasoning, some adobo. Heavier with the adobo, it's fine. Onion powder, you can always go kind of heavy with the onion powder. Onion powder will always go. Cumin has a strong taste, so we're gonna just dabble that on, not too much. And last but not least, we're gonna hit it off with some Cajun seasoning. just sprinkle it, not too heavy over top. Now I am going to put the top on, and I'm going to shake it. Shake it. Circular motion, so this can, like this, you'll see that everything will, all the seasonings are mixing in and everything is getting seasoned very well. And our oil should be ready to add. I'm going to add 1 potato. Hear that fry up? So I'm just going to add the rest of them. Just kind of fall in. Somebody will stay behind. Right? So I'll let them. Just going to let them cook up. Now I'm not trying to deep fry them. I'm just getting them in the oil. So if they're not completely covered with oil, that's fine. We're gonna stir them as they cook up. And I'm just gonna let this all fry up until the potatoes are actually ready. Okay, now, all right, now while the potatoes are frying, I'm going to cook up some onions and peppers. So the first thing I'm gonna do, these are frozen onions and peppers. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour out how much I wanna use, and then I'm gonna chop them up, make them smaller. They don't have to be very fine, but you want them to be just diced. You can use frozen or you can use fresh. Either one is fine. Okay. So I put it in a pot, all chopped up, put it in this pot, and now I'm going to add some olive oil. This is extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to season it with the Cajun seasoning. Not too much. Onion powder. Adobo. Paprika. And minced garlic. Random minced garlic. I'm going to open that up. Give it a squeeze here. As you can see, the potatoes are frying up. And here's my onions and peppers. Get them up. Let them cook up. That's okay. Let that cook up. So I'm going to stir the potatoes just to make sure they all get a chance to be in the oil, cooking up. good. And this is what my peppers and my onions and peppers looking like, right? And they don't have to be cooked well. They just, you want to just get them heated up and hot, let them caramelize a little, then you can turn them off. And we're gonna let the potatoes just go ahead and cook until they're done. Okay, so we put the potatoes in the oil. We're gonna deep fry them, and I'm going to stir them occasionally. You want to make sure that they're cooking evenly, like they all get to be down in the grease and they all cook up well. And you want to just keep an eye on them so that they don't overcook or burn or stick to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a fork because we're going to test them and see how far they are in the cooking process and see like what how close they are to ready. Okay, so now that the potatoes are cooked, you can tell because they're very tender, easy to poke the fork into. They're puffy, they look very good. We're going to turn off the fire and we're going to add the potatoes into our onions and pepper. I'm gonna just spoon it in with a straining spoon, that way I can drain the grease, the oil. To the back. This up here. And now I'm just going to turn the flame on low and I'm going to stir it all up. Okay, since everything is already seasoned, you just want to make sure it's all mixed in well, and we're not going to cook it for very long. I'm going to just give it enough time for the seasons, all the flavors to blend in together. Just cook up a little bit together and blend in together. So we're going to let this sit for about 4 minutes. Then we're going to stir it and it's going to be delicious. Actually, we're going to stir it. Yeah, we're going to stir it up. Another minute or so, then we'll stir it again. Okay, let's stir it again. So it's letting the onions and peppers cook up a little bit more here. And the potatoes. Again, blending in the flavors. And we turn the fire off and it is done. These potatoes go great with any meat you want to serve. Flavorful, delicious. You taste the vegetables, the onions and peppers, just give it that extra taste. It's delicious. All the flavors blend together and just tastes beautiful. So make sure you try it. We know you'll like it. Subscribe, like, and share this video, and we'll see you in the next one.